Call Allah Imla, Alhayna Yahweh Bashim Hawashah, Hamashiach, Wa Malaki Bahashim, Harawat Kakwarash, Barakathum, the water Baba Bar, Wakwam Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily. To the men out there teaching a likewise doctrine, I say Shalom. Today we're gonna get into a video whereas I think it's coming, it's not coming out of Nashville, I don't think, but this is a story that's taking place in Tennessee. Whereas I think it's the state troopers or the sheriffs, one of them, they have been told to lie on people to get them fake DUI charges. And a couple of the officers have came forth to confess that, yes, this is what's been going on. And the name of the video is we're being forced to ruin people's lives. Now, is that not an MO of Esau Edom? Yes, it is. This man lives and breathes to destroy people's lives. So guess what? That's why the Lord is coming back to destroy him. Let me see if I can get the copyright. I'm gonna play this video and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. But see, we told y'all a long time ago that the police department will never be a righteous institution because of how it was founded, why it was founded, and who it was founded by. It was founded by Esau Edom, and it started out as slave patrol because Esau's so scared that we was just going to surpass him in everything, he decided to become a domestic terrorist. That's how the police got started. Esau just started terrorizing so-called free slaves out of jealousy, envy, and hatred. The same little punk that's running around here with his chest out, talking about he's superior, but he's threatened at the thought of somebody else's success. No, you weak, bro. Because if you were strong, it wouldn't matter what the next man doing because you ain't paying attention. You too focused on what you got going on to be worried about and filled with jealousy about what they do. And if they doing it that good, maybe y'all could team up and collab on some things. Esau don't think like that. Esau has very childish, limited emotional thinking. That's why this country is in the condition it's in, because of Esau's emotions. That's it. So let's go ahead and grab the video. The name of this video is We're Being Forced to Ruin People's Lives. Former Tennessee troopers say DUI quotas led to arrests. And they're going to get into the rest of the title. But I want to get this copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now check this out, y'all.
This is corruption. We're ruining people's lives. We're being forced to ruin people's lives.
Former state troopers are coming forward tonight, blowing the whistle, they say, on a quota system that's leaving innocent people charged with crimes they did not commit. Good evening. I'm Laura Lowry.
And I'm Marius Payton.
I'm Tracy Cornett. The next time you're out driving on the interstate, especially late, you're going to be thinking about what WSMV4 Investigates has now uncovered.
Chief investigative reporter Jeremy Finley is here with the latest on his sobering problem investigation.
Well, guys, what we've uncovered is more than just two former troopers coming forward about what they say is a system designed to pressure troopers into making as many DUI arrests as possible. We've also obtained a secretly recorded meeting and internal maps that troopers say explains why so many innocent people are being charged with DUI. We've told you about Thomas Manis's arrest and Stephanie Fair's and Candace Slade's and all the other people arrested for DUI by state troopers when they were completely sober. But we've never heard from any of the troopers who've arrested sober people for DUI until now.
This is corruption. We're ruining people's lives. We're being forced to ruin people's lives.
Do you know if you've ever arrested a sober driver for DUI?
Yes, sir. I'm sure I have.
Former troopers Ashley Smith and Adam Potts say there's a reason so many innocent people have been arrested for DUI in Tennessee by state troopers. A reason, they say, revealed in these internal maps and recorded audio from a troopers meeting in Chattanooga.
Arrest every DUI that you can get your hands on.
We've always thought this was a great thing because you want to get drunk drivers off the road. Do you feel like that this push to get DUIs is eventually having a negative outcome?
Absolutely. There's pressure to arrest DUIs.
Potts says it's not just pressure.
It's a quota.
I have to ask you, did you ever feel pressure just to pull someone over and arrest them for DUI just to make a quota?
Absolutely.
It's something directly addressed in recorded audio from a meeting with Captain Patrick Turner out of Chattanooga, obtained by WSMV4 Investigates.
I'm passing on the message of what the command staff wants. What does hard work look like? Well, it could look like arresting 100 plus DUIs a year.
In that meeting, it stipulated to troopers on the midnight shift, 100 DUI arrests will be required each year per trooper.
If they're DUI, I want you to load the jail full of them.
Turner also talks about consequences when it comes to how many DUI arrests are made, as well as contacts, meaning drivers pulled over each shift.
You turn in 33 DUIs per year and 1.7 contacts, you're going to get spanked.
But despite what you just heard, this is what the THP emailed us. Quote, the Tennessee Highway Patrol does not have or use quotas for traffic stops, citations, or arrests.
Now you see, this right here, this official statement they put out, this is what we call podium talk. Straight up lies when this trooper just told you it was a quota system. And this is nothing new. They do this in way more states than Tennessee. It's a quota system. Now, don't you think that's kind of dangerous when a man with a gun pulls you over and decides to lie on you? How is that justice? And he can murder you if he wants to. And I'm sure there'll be no consequence. Just like there's no consequence to these troopers here who are going out lying on people, ruining their lives, ruining these people's lives by lying on them. But we're supposed to trust law enforcement people, whatever. These are some of the biggest lawbreakers that ever lived, but yet they're entrusted to enforce the law. This is Esau and his dumb shit.
And there's more. In emails obtained through the Open Records Act, Captain Bruce McCarley sent out maps this year. Subject line, DUI map. It shows every county in District 8 and every trooper with a number next to it. These former troopers say those are the numbers of DUI arrests made by each trooper. What is the message to you all? Why send this out to troopers?
You're not doing good enough because somebody else is beating you with the DUIs. You need to do better.
These former troopers say there are incentives for troopers to make DUI arrests.
The advantage of arresting somebody, whether they're really drunk or not, is I continue to get that premium overtime.
So does that translate to troopers feeling like, if I'm working this shift, I've got to find somebody to arrest?
Absolutely.
For full transparency, both Potts and Smith were fired by the THP. Potts pleaded guilty to leaving the scene of a single car accident involving his personal vehicle.
See, a lawbreaker himself, leaving the scene of an accident. I'm pretty sure he knows that that's not legal. This is what Esau is. He proclaims to be a man of justice and righteousness and all this, and he puts on a righteous cape, the uniform, but he does wickedness and tells you to trust him. The insanity.
I made a mistake. I had to crash off duty.
And the THP is seeking to decertify Smith, accusing her of helping a family member to get out of a DUI. She's fighting that claim before the state.
Now you see how Esau's greed just supersedes all logic, all common sense, all righteousness. Esau's greed, love for money, and love of wickedness got these people doing this. This is why they're unfit to rule. And this is why they're going into chains.
THP may simply say that you're just a disgruntled employee, and that's why you're coming forward.
I would have said something before if it wouldn't have been career suicide for me.
As for what the THP says about their claims and everything else we've obtained, we don't know. Colonel, this is Jeremy Finley with Channel 4. After we tried to speak with the head of the THP in August and he drove away in a car, we once again sent our findings to them, asking for an interview. Instead, they sent a statement reading in part, troopers are highly trained and expected to use their judgment and make necessary traffic stops based on observed violations and public safety needs.
Well, that's that podium talk.
I think they really don't care about the citizens. I think they care about the way it looks, the perception.
Exactly. That's always the devil's concern. Come out of this. That's always the concern of the devil, how it looks. How it looks. Because this man is a warlock, which is a male witch. That's why he's so, what's the word? Proficient in psyops, making AI lie on us. This man is full of sorcery and mischief. He's always out to paint you as being the bad guy and him the good guy, regardless of what type of scenario it is. Look how he do to other nations. He lies on a whole nations. He'll lie to the world, call these people terrorists because they fighting back when Esau goes to try to take their shit. Regardless of the wickedness he does, but he always wants to be seen as the good guy, regardless of the wickedness that he does. You see the insanity and madness of this man? This is Psalm chapter 140, and we can start at verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischief in his heart. Continually are they gathered together for war. They have sharpened their tongue like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Salah, which translates to Mount Petra. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to overthrow my goings. The proud have hid a snare for me in cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. Salah. A gin is a trap. And that ain't nothing but entrapment anyway. Lying on people, pulling them over, false accusing them, and then punishing them for nothing. Just to get some money. And then tell you to trust him while he lying on you. Yeah, they got to go. They got to go, man. They got to go, fam. They got to go. Psalm chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Let's get Sirach. Chapter chapter 9, I think. Sirach chapter 9, verse 18. A man of an ill tongue is dangerous in his city, and he that is rash in his talk shall be hated. That rash talk is him lying on you. Chapter 10, verse 2. As the judge of the officers, Salakia, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And that goes for Trump's flunkies, police officers, whatever. If they're doing wickedness, they're doing that. If they're doing wickedness, the very officers, that means their higher ups, their bosses are doing wickedness. You just saw it. So the man ignoring phone calls, he ignored the interviews, but he gonna give you some podium talk because he don't want to conversate, because he don't want to be asked questions. It's like the old people used to tell us when we was kids. You want to piss off a liar, keep asking them questions. That's why they're not entertaining questions. They're gonna give you a little bullshit statement full of lies and keep it pushing to avoid being asked questions. So let's get it again. Sirach chapter 10, verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. It's getting to the point now, whenever Esau makes a claim, especially about us, whenever he accuses us of something, the other nations are going to automatically assume that Esau's lying because his track record, he didn't beat that as far as lying on us. And this is a little bit off the subject, but let me go ahead and I might do a video on it tomorrow. They making AI videos trying to condemn Eve and basically painting her as the reason why the government is taking food stamps. That was an AI video and it was a lie. When the truth is, I seen a video yesterday of an Edomite woman running across the parking lot of a grocery store, shopping cart full to the rim, and security chasing her. And you know what they was doing in the black community, so-called black community? The so-called black farmers was giving away food. See how they lie on us? So yeah, whatever it's just, it's projection 101. Whatever Esau accuses you of doing, he's actually doing it. John 8:44. Let's go ahead and grab it. Red letter Lord Yahweh speaking. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there's no truth in him. Now, when the Lord spoke this, he's originally talking about wicked Israelites, but you can easily apply this to Esau anyway, because Esau is the person where the wicked Israelites got it from. So it still stems back to him. Now listen to this. This is projection. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. You see where the wicked two-thirds get their wickedness from? Yeah, whenever he accuses you of something, you better believe he doing it. That's projection. Now let's go back to Sirach chapter 27. We can start at verse 24. I have hated many things, but nothing like him, for the Lord will hate him. You hear that, Christians? Verse 26. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth the trap shall be taken therein. He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh. Verse 29. They that rejoice at the fall of the righteous shall be taken in the snare, and anguish shall consume them before they die. Malice and wrath, even these are abominations, and the sinful man shall have both. So you done, E. Keep earning your judgment, baby. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 12. Let's see how the Lord feels about liars. Proverbs chapter 12, we can start at verse 17. He that speaketh truth show forth righteousness, but a false witness deceit. And that's all they've been doing. being false witnesses, false accusers. Just because they are in an authoritative position, that's what they do. Speaking of that, let's get this one. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 4 real quick, and we'll come back to chapter 12. Proverbs chapter 4. Verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Now let's go back to chapter 12. How does the Lord feel about liars? Verse 18. There is that speaketh like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue is wise, but the tongue of the wise is health. The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil, but to the counselors of peace is joy. There shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord. See? But he that deal truly are his delights. The Lord ain't saving no abominations. Let's establish that off the rip. Especially you Christians. It's not going to happen. The Lord is not saving abominations. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 6. Verse 16. These 6 things that the Lord hate, yes, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. A heart that devises wicked imaginations, feet that be swift and running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. False witness that speaketh lies. So you tell me, Christians, how the Edomites gonna be saved when the Lord just told you that he hates these characteristics? Y'all better pull y'all head out of Esau's ass before you get destroyed with him. Psalms chapter 62, verse 4. They only, hold up. Let me see if there's some more meat on this bone. Psalms chapter 62, we can start at verse 3. How long will ye imagine mischief against the man? Ye shall be slain, all of you. As a bowing wall shall ye be, and as a tottering fence. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Salah. Salah means Mount Petra. Petra is Esau's home. That's where they from. Matter of fact, let me write that down. Yeah, just lie on you. Just because they're in an authoritative position. Yeah, that's why it says in Psalm chapter 58, verse 3, these are born liars. Go to Deuteronomy. And then he got the gall to tell you to trust him while he lying on you. What kind of shit is that? That's Esau's madness. That's what it is. That's Esau's insanity. Deuteronomy chapter 33. Let's go down to verse 29. Happy art thou, Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. Those secrets. And their own people is telling on them. Their own tongue is falling upon themselves. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. That favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Now let's go to chapter 28, verse 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. With the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. What is that falsehood? That they're a righteous officer, nothing but a wolf in sheep's clothing with a badge. Verse 29, chapter 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? See, yeah, they told all these state troopers this in a secured, secluded meeting. This is the wickedness I want y'all to go out there and do. But sir, we're here to serve justice and righteousness. Fuck that. We getting this paper. You hear me? I don't care what you got to do. That's the police. But we supposed to trust that bullshit. Psalm chapter 37, verse 32, the wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. Let's go to Revelation. Chapter 12, I think. That ain't it. Proverbs chapter 17. Yeah, okay, it's Psalm chapter 94. Verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? Straight up lying on people, just to get them in court to pay some money. And they usually do this in poor counties, in poor cities. It's like they did in Jeffersonville, Indiana, which is 10, 15 minutes north of here, north of Louisville. A sheriff got arrested because he was shaking down people, pulling them over, giving them false charges. And he was taking the revenue that they was getting off of these people that they was pulling over. This man was paying his child support. He paid for 2 houses, a boat, and I think his daughter's college off of doing shit like this. Yeah, he got busted and his whole family went down. But that shows you, just because these people wear badges does not mean they're righteous. 9 times out of 10, it means the opposite. Because only fuck boys, for real, in my book, want to be police officers. I'm just saying, it might not be all of them, but I know this: there is no such thing as a good cop. Now, I would say that those 2 are good cops because they told on them. They told on their higher ups. So I'll make an exception in that case. But average situation, there are no good cops, and you notice that they're no longer cops because they are honest. Because check this out. Every cop has seen something, heard something, or said something that they should have reported, but they didn't. Except for these two. And this is why they are no longer state troopers. It's a shame when an honest man is a threat. That should let you know what kingdom you are in. A wicked one, if an honest man is a threat. Honest woman is a threat. Verse 21, they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. Let's keep rolling. First Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, is a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Just pulling over anybody, just allow him, just to get some money. But you superior, bro. You let something like a piece of paper turn you to wickedness like that? You must really enjoy being wicked. Guess what? You're going to pay for every minute of it. In captivity. Let's go to Jeremiah. We about to wrap. Jeremiah chapter 13, verse 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin or level his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. We know those things are not possible. Therefore, Esau cannot do good. Let's go to Luke. Chapter 1. And that's not it. We can get Job, though. Job chapter 13. Verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are physicians of no value. That's why it says in Sirach chapter 12, verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. But he paints himself as an officer of the law, around here doing the most wickedness, outdoing the citizens in wickedness. Look at your president, 34 felonies. The average citizen has 0. Yeah, they excel in wickedness. Wickedness exceedingly polluted the earth. Since they came in power, yeah, because this is what they are. That word never is in Sirach chapter 12, verse 10 for a reason. I don't care how smooth and buttery their words are. Never is there for a reason. And we can close on 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. That's the whole nation of Edom. Because guess what? Not all of Israel was wicked, but we got punished as a nation. Same thing about to happen to the nation of Esau, the nation of Edom. All Edomites might not be wicked, because all so-called Edomites might not be Edomites. They could be speckled birds. But the spiritual Edomites, the Edomites that got bloodline ties to the nation of Edom, you will be judged. And you know what your judgment is? You better hope that you make it through the nuclear lake of fire to make it to captivity. Y'all about to do a whole 1,000 years in slavery because after y'all destroy your kingdom like dumbasses, but yet let you tell it you're superior. There's nothing superior about destroying your own kingdom. So after you do this, you're going to rebuild ours for free over 1,000 years. All nations, not just Edom, the other 16 nations too. And after that 1,000-year time period, the nation of Edom going to be rounded up and exterminated. All the other nations going back to their land. Edom, you out of here, bro. We close on that one. Let's go to Obadiah. Because the Lord will have no more need for wickedness. He only needed wickedness from you to punish us. Our punishment is over. And yours is about to begin. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For the Lord Yahweh hath spoken it. It's over. Call all you malala, Hayanaw Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Amashiach, Wamalakia, Bahashem, Harawat, Wakak Warash, Barakathum, Wada Baba Wakwam Yasharala. Shalom.